Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Wolf, and for our first read aloud of the year, we are going to read The Monster Who Lost His Mien by Tiffany Strelitz Haber, illustrated by Christy Edmonds. The Monster Who Lost His Mien. Monsters are a spooky bunch, a scary, hairy group. They run in packs, leave giant tracks, and dine on eyeball soup. Mean, observant, noisy, super strong, and tough to please. Envious, remarkable, a monster's all of these. One day, a monster's M went missing, gone without a trace, and every M is custom made, the kind you can't replace. So now he's just the onster, and the teasing never ends. Not only has he lost his mien, he's lost his monster friends. Boom, boom, crunch, crunch. The onster sits alone for lunch. Hoo-hoo, sigh, sigh. The onster's sad and starts to cry. I'm nothing since I lost my mien, he sobs into his stew. I've got to find that M, or else it's bye-bye, monster crew. The onster tears through all his sheets and peeks beneath his bed, explores around the playground, and picks apart his shed. He empties every garbage can in all of Monster Wood. He even checks the engine under every monster's hood. Nothing. Nada. Not a trace. Without my M, I'm not myself. Oh, sorry. Nothing. Nada. Not a trace. He hangs his hairy head. Without my M, I'm not myself. I'm someone else instead. He can't be mean to human kids, so why not help with chores? Sweeping, heaping, light housekeeping, organizing drawers. He joins in all their soccer games and rules at basketball. He doesn't seem to miss that missing M much at all. I'm having lots of fun, he laughs, returning from a swim. But then he hears some other monsters making fun of him. The onster feels embarrassed. He sees their point of view. I really need to stop this stuff and do what monsters do. Maybe I'll pretend I'm mean. I bet that's not that hard. Perhaps I'll pull the flowers from Mrs. Power's yard. He stares at all the roses in their stunning shade of red, but just can't bear to harm them, so he waters them instead. The onster thinks, I'll throw some eggs at Mr. Lander's van, but winds up cooking brunch for the entire Lander clan. I'm way too nice without my M. My monster days are through. I just don't fit in Monsterwood. I'm not sure what to do. He sadly heads on home again, with teardrops in his eyes. He swings his front door open and is greeted with, "Surprise!" Party in his honor. The monster's eyes grow wide. His name and picture cover every empty space inside. You're the coolest monster in all the world. I'm not a monster after all, the monster comprehends. I may have lost my M, but then I found amazing friends. Boom, boom, plow, plow. The monster waves and takes a bow. Let's have 3 cheers. Hip, hip, hooray! He's happier in every way. And that is the end. So this was The Monster Who Lost His Meaning. And the reason I like reading this at the beginning of the year is there's always so many ways you can interpret a book. And normally in a year, I would ask people what they think the meaning is. So take a few seconds, think about what meaning you find in this book. All right, now that you've had your chance to think of a meaning, I want to share with you the meaning I find in this book. This monster spent its entire life viewing itself as having key and core characteristics. And so many of those characteristics were wonderful. Being observant is a really good thing. Being remarkable, being super strong, even being tough to please and noisy can be good things. But he's also always viewed himself as a mean person, that part of his identity was mean. And the group that he was with viewed that as part of his identity. And it's really hard to decide what parts of our identity we want to embrace and lift up, and which ones we can say, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm going to try something new. And I think at the beginning of the year, we have an opportunity to look at ourselves and say, you know what? I've had this thing for a long time that has been something I've always described myself as, but I don't want that anymore. And I get to control who I am. And so just like this monster embraced becoming an monster and giving up on the mean, beginning of the year is a great opportunity where you can think about something that you've used in the past to define yourself and come up with something new. So I'm going to ask you to respond on the Flipgrid. And using on Flipgrid, there are a few things you can do. You can tell me a different meaning of the story that you feel also is important, because so many stories have so many valuable meanings. Or you can tell me a characteristic of yourself that you plan on keeping and embracing, like his super strong and his tough to please, the things that he liked about himself and kept. What are you proud of and that you're going to keep? Or, and I think this is the hardest one, what's something about yourself that this year you're going to change? What is the M, the mean, that you can get rid of this year? So take a few seconds to give a response on the Flipgrid. If you are uncomfortable with your face being there, you can put an emoji over your face. Whatever you want to do, have fun with it. This is Flipgrid should be a fun way. Once everyone has given their responses, I'm going to make them public, and then you can look through and respond to each other's as well. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed our first Read Aloud of the year, and I'll see you all again soon.